Now make we get big panel. Hello, hello, hello. How una do? Una miss me? Una miss me small no more, eh? I dey tell deputy minister say una not be like away there. Also una say no me miss una all more actually. I miss una all. Yes, bro. I'm glad for the back. I tell una thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Let's go. Let's see the picture of it. See again. We signed the way they signed the contract. You need to see America and the Canadians. An additional item fine was added from Start SL, yes. It's from Start SL. The census. Let me look at so now this big one. No minister. Now five. Now yeah, one. Now yeah, Adam, yes, the second one. So now five. Yes. This not it, yes. This one just this time. I just want to say Adam. This one again. So miss you for what is it for? I miss bad. It's not keep for me. This additional 100 and the graphics. So you want to know it. Started selling. Stand up there, probably not 70 right. Let's go. That's the stand up there. It's not keep for me.
All right.
Welcome to Minister. Yes, sir. I was greatly low blood, typhoid, malaria. Yeah. How were your kids? Welcome, sir. Sir. Mr. Minister, sir. Oh. Eh? I can share the link if you want to test the portal. We can share the link. Bienvenido.
All right. Please usher the minister there in. We're about to start. All right. Since we get a few minutes before we start, may we just do some housekeeping for remind the one that we noble and scam this press conference. Now for settle done now, we'll start in exactly 3 minutes. I also want for say the one that we get phone. You want phone sound just now. Do I would beg you if you get phone where they make sound, we know why you hear the sound. Yeah? Then you will turn her off for we. See today we get full house. So we want for make sure say thank you. We want for make sure say we everybody settle down. We get plenty big team for talk about today. God you do a help notes pen by pen. You're good on time, sir. You're very good. You're very good on time. I follow you. Follow you very good. Sir. Okay, dear, we wait map now settle down. We're about to start in less than 1 minute. We will start. So please let's settle down. Right. Today, Tuesday, September 9, inside the year 2025. I want to take this opportunity for welcome all we family to the Government of Salone weekly press and civic engagement with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, they bring come to Fambule na Salone. First, today, I want to tell me Deputy Minister plenty thank you. We hold the forts, take these seats for, I think, about a month. We have been there away for a much needed break. I want to tell you all plenty thank you for we una support and una continue for participate in this weekly engagement. I also want to tell we normal partner then thank you as usual. VSO we dey make sure say each and every one of the event then at the ministry we get sign language and we proud say we they continue for carry out President Bio in vision for inclusion in everything what we do as a government. One for tell thank you as well to UNDP, the Chinese government, Sierra Wata, Orange and AfriCell, and One Mobile, and all the one them we they partner with we for bring this program to Una. Special thank you to SLBC AYV, all the blogger in our salon and all the media houses them with the carry we live. Today now one of I think the most important press conference that we don't get since we come because we get some big issue them for can tackle. The panel nine call mega panel. So wetin we na Eastern we can call big alejo that are in there today. We get the big alejo them and then they here for can talk to the people of Saloon. Before I come to them though, let's just give a quick news updates as we can do. I think just last night the US government don't release the MCC scorecard for this year. Under President Bill, as usual, Salon don't continue for pass. We pass, we meet the threshold, we mean say we qualify for remain in the program. And then on very important indicators them, women in the economy, employment opportunity, political rights, civil liberties, control of corruption, rule of law, health expenditure, education expenditure, immunization rates, girls' primary education rates, we pass with flying colors. I'm glad the way some of the ministers that were responsible for that pass day, then they are. On a personal note, we get 91% under the freedom of information score. We mean say we all together would do some right things as well. So if anybody says say this country they go bien, tell and say the data is very clear, say we they go before. The number two news, I know we spend too much time on them, but this is not big news because we get the Minister Dinaya. The Ministry of Health officially launched the new online application for recruit 3,000 health workers of all the different level them. This is a big thing. And as I say, I will allow the minister for provide the details on that. I will just say now one of the news where I can say not to soya bindi. This is not the news where they show we say this country before President Bill the Kango. We got other news. Number 3 item, now the Ministry of Planning and Economic Developments don't collaborate with UNICEF for the 2-day training na McKinney for implementing partners on what they call harmonized approach to cash transfers. And see the minister there, INSEF, maybe when they talk, they will provide additional updates on that. We will go to number 4, the Minister of Internal Affairs, AIG retired Morilengo ASQ Saturday be engaged the Southern Region Police leadership for talk about the reports they already hear about armed robbery na Bo and the surrounding areas them. The minister say he very concerned about the issue then they and the police and they work now for make sure say we tap then kind of bacteria we them bad people want bring come na the country. The final news we will just get now say Statistics Sierra Leone don't start regional cartographic mapping training when one of the important things they need for do for prepare for the 2026 population and housing census. This week-long training will kick off Monday. They take place at the same time across 5 regional headquarters town them, Bo, Kenema, McKinney, Putloko, and Freetown. And at the second phase of this training, for build the capacity of the worker them for prepare for the census where His Excellency don't declare and where we all know say the country get for conduct one big census December 2026. All right. That's not the brief news updates we get. I want to take this opportunity now for just introduce the panel. They really don't need introduction. On my far right, I get the Honorable Minister, I say Naina the Minister with the trend right now. And I send the minister for basic and senior secondary education, the Honorable Conrad Saki, now alumnus of the Great Albert Academy. Just for let una go know that day. Next to the minister, we get this minister I can struggle for caller in first name. I can just say Auntie Kenya. We are the Minister for Planning and Economic Development, Madam Kenya Bale, and they can talk about the status of the implementation of the Big Five, nine at the development school and our governments. On my left, we get the Honorable Dr. Austin Demby. In enjoy the score goal. I can see that the minister with the score goal them. This morning, some of them I think we don't distribute immediately as well on the BBC. Do an excellent interview for talk about the progress they will not make for tackle public health crisis nas alone. So we're glad if you get here for can make these big announcements and give you additional details as well. And then last, but by no means the least, we get the newly installed, newly appointed Development Secretary, Mr. Ambrose James. We una for also know say na a very senior comrade of the Radicals Club. You know, go Albert Academy. And that upline school he go. They want the week in leg for we then come. You see now we get now bo access in aya. Kenema na ya CKC in aya. We get bo school there under. Then on this side here, with the city people and out there. Yeah, so now so we will separate this conversation. But I'm glad you want all day. I tell you, thank you. We'll start briefly. We'll start with the so just so long I know how they do this. We'll start with education, top thing, talk. We can to health, can to the Minister of Development. Then we'll go to the Development Secretary. They will open up for and ask question. Mr. Minister, I want also for reminding us say we get time and a so that we keep the conversation going. Because we get 4 for now, I will suggest that we try for do under 10 minutes each. So in this opening bits, we'll try for done and then we'll get time for conversation. Yeah. Mr. Minister, school been supposed for open yesterday. Last week, we see Sierra Leone Teachers Union then say then they strike. We see one release come out, we turn out for be fake. We say VP don't meet there, you don't meet there, you don't buy there, I don't solve the issue. The other one can say no, not solve the issue. But on the more serious notes, fumble them across the country, they ask, waiting they happen, Houston school they open, we don't solve the issue, waiting them for expect. Opportunity for talk to the media, talk to fumble and a salon, who side we there, who step there we don't take, but more importantly, when we expect school for resume. Yes, sir.
Me family them within here and the one with the across the media. I want to tell you na Boku Kabo and Kushe. As the Minister of Information does say, we get an waiting with man can call industrial dispute, but me no want call a dispute, because we not get plaba with the unions. Unions then come, they engage we in a conversation, then they ask for things the way we supposed to provide them, and so we they get a conversation on that day, and we they hope say we go able for open school shortly. Me and the union then continue for engage in a conversation. So what I want to start off with, I just want to take una through some of the things that we will talk about and who we do right now. But before I do that, I know say the Minister of Information want to talk more than 10 minutes. I know say una all know me. I don't care past anybody, so una know I hear too much for me. So I will cut me on short. I give the other and the opportunity for talk more about what they do. But so the first thing I will say is that we recognize the union as nation builders, and also the teacher they as nation builders. And we respect the concerns that will come. As I said to you, we not consider them concerning the as anything other than genuine. And so we don't engage them on a very proactive, I go even call them problem focused way. But the thing away they cause we problem right now one, now the payment of school subsidies. When we meet with the union, we give the assurance say we go pay subsidies before Monday. And as at Monday, when we meet, or as at Friday, when maybe they left VP office, we will not pay 82 million loans over first term, second term, and then we don't pay third term as well. But at that particular point, we will just send the money to the different commercial banks. And so I take e-copy of the SWIFT transfer from the central bank to the commercial bank. I send them to the president of the union, just to get assurance say, what you so they do, they do. So just for informuna, as of now, USAI we day in terms of payment of subsidies, the total subsidies for the two terms, they count to 113 million. So as of today, I can tell you say we don't pay 113 million 287,870. That now what we don't pay, so we don't get to the amount where the union then self be they expect. I also go give una and say also don't able to get receipt from the banks, that the banks then don't receive them, then don't begin pay teacher them through we own sources. Teacher then don't begin confirm, say they don't get both term 2 and term 3. I even talked to the president of the union today just to find out waiting their own source. Then they say himself confirm say na in school it don't get term 2 and term 3. So really on the subsidy issue, we don't meet we obligation 100%. But I just want to go backwards a little bit, because when I sit down and listen to social media and the media on this subsidy issue, there is this notion that government not pay subsidies, they pay 100% subsidies. For when me not be minister, we don't pay 100%. So from last year, we pay first term and second term. The third term be delayed, but we pay inside the first term of the first year. So we pay 100%. And for this year, last year we just done so, we don't pay 100%. We asked the union for giving a little bit of space for do the first term subsidies, where we hope say we go able to pay inside this first term. But because, and I go just tell now why we need that space a little bit, is because August, now the month where teacher they will retire, then they left the service. And when maybe the TSU, we come to an agreement with the Ministry of Finance, we say, where teacher then they left, the August where then they left, then they get a finance salary plus all them benefits. Before now, it take like years, then they chase them benefits. But now where teacher then left, the finance salary, then they get, and then they pay them all them backlog. Let me also just say one more thing. We don't in the past get problem with community banks. So sometimes government, they pay the community banks, and the information we will get is that then community banks, and then they take that money, they go do business. So waiting, they do, I can go on at some of them commercial bank with camera for go challenge them. So this time around, I want to be more proactive for make sure say the bank where they regulate the commercial, the community banks, now Apex Bank. So during the course of this week, I will go and go meet the person where they in charge of Apex Banks and make sure say they not do that in this time round. But I can assure you from the conversation I don't get with the bank governor, then self don't begin pay. But again, it not go be any harm for make a go and just make sure say I put some little pressure on them so that they not go do anything they don't use for doing in the past. The second thorny issue with the union will be get now then teacher them where we suspend from the payroll. When I been also we suspend 4,900 teachers. Now, the union be call me, they express some concern, says them we get some genuine teachers there, we fall within that category there. So what we don't do, I set up a technical working group between the union and TSC. Through that technical working group, they don't reinstate 1,802 teachers. Now, I understand from the union that some of the 1,800 teachers, then be supposed to not get them pay and backlog pay. But I understand say some people are not getting it. Now, I can't tell you, say, now because we not pay that, it can be saying at the bank and get problem. But I just come out from a meeting with the financial secretary, and he say, let me send on the 1,802. Then go check through the system, through the accountant general office. Just say the listing where they get and they don't go to the bank and they don't get the money. But I can definitely assure you, say some people are waiting inside that 1,802 don't get the money. So there are other issues that we'll talk about, but I know say I therefore do on that. So last I will a question the way
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. One, since just ask this morning, I've been there to the money station there, and SLTU, the two major positions and you address. Now, payment of subsidies, then say this time na money na bank. Not so the fact say they don't pay the ones, they want the money inside in your account. Then a one, so you don't make clear, say 100% of what was outstanding, that money don't left the government of Salonia accounts in Dina Road. And then the second point is now the restoration of the teacher, the way they say they unfairly removed na the payroll and for pay them backlog. Now, just 30 seconds. In your conversation with SL2, because I think what's in Fambul and they wait for a year when school they open. With all these things where we don't talk and the steps that we don't take, how confident you be say in your engagement with SLTU, then go open the school for we picking them for go and when we for expect that?
Well, I think let answer this. Before I answer that, Andy, let us say one more thing, but then teacher the way we suspend. So in addition to the 1,802, SLTU still believes say some other genuine teachers than did it. So I just want to tell the teacher the way they listen to this program say, we don't agree back say across the country, we go do a further verification of teachers. I know say it does start because the chair of the TSC, Bide Kenema, when I might do the see clip then they come up from Kenema. So I did tell and say, in need for go Kenema, go listen to the teachers there and let we solve the problem from there. So he feedback to me, say they don't begin to do that across the country. So that's now one more thing I want to say. Houston School they open, you know, let me say this. Let me say this. Me and the union then get an open channel. I think they still they consult their members. Lano jump the gun and give them dates. But I am cautiously optimistic that it will be soon. Perhaps until Monday when they come, but perhaps earlier than that.
All right. Okay. So we target now Monday when they come, but potentially earlier than that. I think the message we are obviously when I know saying at this platform, I can try for hold even government officials say, "Law be direct, law be exact," and all like they give them try them political answer the way they give. It is soon to be I like forget let the people and get the direct answer. And I appreciate the minister in candor. The care way they take, also because he do the work. He's done everything. When I just hear you don't outline for make sure but not two parties in the Naya. He can do all in parts, but SLTU self need for agree not so. And when they agree, we go, inshallah, schools could be open. One for assure the people of this country, parents away concerned, we don't reach out to them, bombard with messages for say the minister, the governments, they do everything. And the two major concerns that we they ask for, now you don't show say we they don't address. Now from one challenging issue, look come to an issue where uplifting news on the health fronts. We get the Honorable Minister for Health, Dr. Austin Demby. Giwi, within your time, sir, talk about obviously the health portal, this big news, but use as an opportunity for giving just a general update on the health situation of the country. Particularly, you will share some good news this morning on the BBC on Mpox and with preparedness in general on health issues in the country. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Siba. I didn't call her Miss Sabi Talk Minister. So this is now a very uplifting opportunity for me for share with Una some really fantastic thing that go on in the health sector. We not make too much noise on our normal, but something that go on now. We don't radically shift healthcare. We're fostering a disease-based intervention. You go malaria program there, TB program there, so nutrition program there, so but all in here so now the person need the effect. So we don't change the focus now on patient or client-centered care. And we believe in universal health coverage. We say all man well body matter. It's really important. And it's important for the health sector see all man. Let all man see themselves in the health sector. So the best way for do this now for say, let we provide healthcare around the person following the life stages approach, starting with below man. Let we get a healthcare system where they cater for all below man for make sure say they're healthy and make sure say they deliver safely. When the baby don't born from age 0 to age 60 months, 5 years, we want to make sure say we do all of the health thing them for them baby also, not for them and survive no more now, but for let them thrive. So before we hand them baby also over to Minister of Basic Education before them begin go school, we want to make sure say they're ready for school. And within our school now, with the focus on school health, so that them people also go be healthy and strong as in they acquire knowledge until they become young adults, until they become adults, until they become senior citizens. So from the time we're in a pregnant person all the way to senior citizen, we make sure say the healthcare delivery, they see you and provide services for you. So again, with this kind of approach, Boko country then they can see how Sierra Leone they do that because the kind thing they register now, it's just amazing. For example, we don't drop maternal mortality by nearly 76% in this country, the fastest drop, not the whole world. We don't improve on infant mortality dramatically. With vaccination rates now one of the highest in the world at over 95% consistently over the last 5 years, still then give you certificates all. The Mpox situation we all man they struggle with, DR Congo and they struggle with, we begin slow, but now we don't reduce the case then so much that even yesterday we report 0 case in the whole country. So we're on the right path, but we're not done yet, so we're not really over it because we begin from 2 cases till we go up to 5,200 cases. Now we don't bring can down to only 0 case yesterday. We're not waiting at it today on number, but now nearly 2,000 cases now the whole country at any given time to only about 63 cases. But the 63, we know who side they're all day because they're all in our medical facility there. So from about 200 cases a day to single digits every day. So that's not real progress. So this morning, as Sibade said, I'm there on the radio on BBC, then wake me early morning, 5 o'clock morning for go talk na BBC, but what's in salon they do. So they do great things. But all of them are so predicated on the health workforce. It predicated on having people that were able to do this work. Because this is not to book stonework, not to, you did over your life to them people are so follow the menu. So it no matter who that you be, it no matter your tribe, your region, where you go to hospital, you want good care. You want good care from a competent, capable person who able for deliver service with empathy. So first time we will now for where on there, so don't recruit about 5,000 staff them. So right now we're ready for recruit an additional 3,000 staff. So this time around, first time, what kind of you building? All my you see a brown envelope. What's inside this brown envelope? You look in a PSC form there. Labor them, security them, nurse them, everybody there. So it's not just chaotic space we can get. Oh wait, where you go be nurse? Where you not the most capable nurse? You sit down at hospital, you they work. Then somebody come, we just graduate last year. All of a sudden, you get PIN code. You don't get PIN code. We all to sit at the same desk. That one is not correct. That is not right. So what you don't decide for do now as a ministry with the help of the presidency, we want to change the system completely. So now within 3,000 positions we'll get, where we spread out over 28 different posts then. For the 3,000, we don't create an electronic portal now. We know it no matter whether you sabi, whether you not sabi. As long as you get your name number, you can go on this portal for free and put all of your information. The information they get out, you filter them, you allocate them, you see if your basic qualification there or not. You need to go apply for nurse work where you not get nurse certificate. You need to go apply for doctor work where you not get doctor certificate. So this they allow you for, you don't need for nobody, you don't need for no minister Dembi, you don't need for being cousin, you don't need for being family. You go on the portal with your NIN number, you're able for register. Now, the registration will allow you for filter out people. Then first, if you not get the qualification, it allows you to go forward. We don't know all this. Now, the three different group them, the Health Service Commission, the HRMO, and the Ministry of Health, and they sit down now, then vet their number out, so they make solid signatures, hard signatures against each and every one of them. Then send and go to HRMO for let them review them and just make sure say everything right. Would they track them? Nobody know they change anything for them. Say he go over in the Health Service Commission, then go do the interviews, then go conduct interviews where they make sure say nobody not tamper with the system. We all thing done, we go make sure say the right people then we qualify for the position, then get the appointment, then they will give them the PIN code. So this is an exciting opportunity. This is now one we go allow you to get the kind health workforce what we need in this country. The kind we could make based on merit. People that we qualify, we're ready for the job, they then get them the opportunity for serve the country. Again, so exciting times, really great times, and I just really want to say we're very, very grateful for the President and the Minister of Finance for making them funds here available for all who do the right thing for all people.
Thank you very much, Dr. Austin Dembi. And I think if you're a Sierra Leonean, you listen to this today, you will feel proud and you will feel good. We did in the right direction. The number that we call not to theory, not to the self-assess, independent numbers. Maternal mortality, whoop they go up now the big number than in a salon always don't significantly. On every single health index, Dr. Dembi and in team, President Bill leadership, then don't move the country in the right direction. Doc, small one, waiting at the website, if you get them.
So
And also the rest of your technical team there as well. So
the technical team then are the Ministry of Health website, then create them, and I think so they'll post them for out there. So, but it's very, very easy for access. And the portal opened yesterday.
okay.
The portal they opened say the 29th of the month. And just follow a dry run and we'll make sure say everybody there on the right page. We'll open up for just test about 1,000 people, and quickly, successfully go through the system. So we know the system they work now.
Okay.
We done open yesterday, close to 300 people. don't submit the application already. About 150 of them in the process. But I will show on the website just now, very, very visible for all, man.
All right, so we'll share that information there with the websites. We'll put them up, and then all Maui they are Ministry of Information and Civic Education will also share the website URL, all the PDF as well. Thank you. So if you go www.recruitment.mohs.gov.sl. So if you go na the, like how the minister say, go na the mohs.gov.sl the page, and from there it will take you to the sub page for recruitment. I just want to remind you again, say, yeah. When I talk now, yeah. Not also you have been there. Not also this country, eh? Not also you been there. Skade, the kind of minister say, all we fumble them for apply for any job in the Ministry of Health. Then they claim this you building, say long envelope, this, that, the pain, the injustice of it, the indignity of it. For people that we are responsible for maintaining we own dignity. So I think just as a Sierra Leonean, we want to commend the minister I see in PSDR, Mr. Soy, and the rest of the fantastic team at the Ministry of Health for this great initiative. You and I Sierra Leonean, you are a health professional, you want to apply now, not to by a former Minister of Youth, Bilek Fosse, not by you know how, not to by you know who, not to by who that you sabi. You don't need for call me or call minister, this, that. Now you get access, go online, you apply, it'll be a fair, it'll be a transparent process. Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I think we'll continue for projector update. Now let me broaden to development. We don't do education, we don't do health, all the under development. But the minister, we're responsible for planning and economic development. Where we get the national governing agenda, the big five, we are the custodian, we they oversee how we they perform, how we they do. Madam Minister, within this impossible 10 minutes, who they give, one let you provide a summary of how we they do when it comes to development indicators as a country. Over to you.
I tell you, thank you, Tiba, and I tell Allman Adunaya. If you tell me for give a summary, I can give a summary in the byline where you give, not so yabindi. There is an improvement, right? And I can give you the long and the short, but waiting I want to say, waiting I've been once make we distribute here today. I remember say on man go get a copy, but I was only given 3 copies. So but we self get we own scorecard. Right? We don't implement the medium-term national development plan for 1 year, 7 months. And we're all familiar with the plan, we're all familiar with the big 5 game changers, and no need for repeat, but I could just refer to them in terms of progress and the enablers. I come now this press conference, I think 1 year ago, I was looking, and not 1 year ago, 1 year, 7 months ago, but the month where we launched the plan in January 2024, because it was a 7-year plan from 2024 to 2030. Now, in the development of that plan, we purposely, if you go look any of the other development plans, you not go see an annual breakdown of we targets. We deliberately do an annual breakdown of the 7-year targets, because I've been telling the director of planning, I say every year I want to see the progress. So I get the progress before me for 1 year with a work now on this 2nd year. And I can say it's looking good. So this summary way we go make available is a snapshot of the progress within the big 5s.
Now, under each of the big 5 game changers, we pick 3 or 4 indicators where I will go through. So it left we with about 30 odd indicators, but the actual number of indicators now 100 targets now 137. So I'm not going to sit down here and discuss the 137 and over 300 policy actions, right? So we just summarize the high level targets, and I go through some of them because we take these 3 or 4 main targets for show progress with the NADI sector. Now, we use a traffic light system where over 90% you get green per that target. Between 40 and 90, you get yellow, and under 40, you get red. The targets where we get under the big 5, we get 28 green, 8 yellow, and 4 red. And in red, not to say we're not in progress, but now because of lack of data in some of these areas. So what will come first to Feed Salon? Feed Salon, now the flagship program. And we take 3 indicators. One is the amount of land we cultivate. We say we increase the land where we cultivate. The second indicator, though, now yield. Because you can cultivate now the same land, you increase your yield. So as much as we want to increase the land area, we want to increase the yield. And then we look at the reduction of imports on certain crops. Now, in this plan where I get now or the targets, we get the target, the baseline, the target, and the achievement. But waiting, I will just give now the baseline and the achievement. I'll give the percentage over. Then when I Sabi mathematics go work out what was our actual target. But I will just tell you whether it is above or below the target. So in the land, the baseline for land cultivated, and I think I have 5 minutes, so sometimes I'll just try to do a minute per sector. For lands cultivated, but I really want to focus on Feed Salon, which is the flagship. Land cultivated for rice, the baseline, now 401 hectares. At the end of 2004, the achievement now being the cultivation of 607,207 hectares. This now 103% above the target. Okay? In terms of yields for rice, for rice, you get some countries, now then they yield 5 tons per hectare. But Salone for long, we don't they far below that. We start off at 1.9 metric tons per hectare. By the end of 2024, we made 2.15 metric tons per hectare. We do well, but now 92.7% we get for the 1 year against we target for that year. Now, for the import, which very, very important, the baseline is that we've been the import 500 million worth of our staple other goods, rice, yabas, chicken, onion, right? 500 million. And we've been target for bring and done, but we not put a specific target. No, we know put a target, but we not get the achievements. But we don't know say that the import value don't go down. So the target was from 500 million to 438 million. And we don't achieve rest. We don't achieve in the area of poultry because we don't set up some poultry. That's one large scale poultry, the way they produce day-old chicks, 10,000 a day. Then we give support to other people that were involved in poultry. I see I've got 3 minutes, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. You since you cover all of them. Yes. A little bit. Okay. All right. So we get other factories, the cashew factory. We also they look at access to finance. We get matching funds with UNCDF and EU, where to go to farmers, where they help them for increase their yields. These are policy actions. Then we come to fisheries. Fisheries then get all green. all green, because when we talk about feed salon, a lot of the time we focus on agriculture, which is good, but you also get the other side, fisheries, and fisheries is making steady progress. They on target, the industrial catch was the baseline was 245,000 metric tons. At the end of 2024, now 269,473 metric tons, which was 103% over the target. For the revenue generation, baseline was 305 million, and at the end of 2024, 105 million, now 150 million, 135% over the target. And for the year, we talk about certification in the plan for export fish to the EU and China. We've been planned this year for China, next year for the EU. But they achieved the certificate for export to China in 2024 rather than 2025. That's why I say fisheries is making slow progress. So overall, we do well in feed salon. We not do so well in, no, let me not say, nutrition is red because we not get the data, right? Doc say they give me data at some time, but the thing with nutrition, I get too many mama. It is under agriculture, it is under health, even it is under education. When you get too many mama, all my members say the other mama, they take care of the pikin. But I don't tell them that the nutrition, they need to look at it, and we look at it in a consolidated manner. I don't want to say too much for health, just that health is doing very, very well. As the minister say, the Ministry of Health, they score a goal also. So they get green on all their indicators: maternal mortality, infant mortality, life expectancy, all things they go up, and everything's well. So I could just need 10 seconds for that. For education, the indicators for education, when we look more at, no, we're not talking about whether people day in school or they're not day in school. We're looking at how responsive the curriculum is to the needs. And we target nothing, not in the zero. So we target 14%, we there at 10%, which is good. Then the other area is pupil-teacher ratio, the number of pupils within a class to the teacher. It was 63, the baseline was 63 to 1. Now, at the end of 2024, it was 57 to 1, and it day above waiting we target. There were other amenities for children with special needs. Now they didn't fail, right? Special needs, the blind, the deaf, and you're doing well with special needs. I mean, just want to know, how do they say trending in sign language? Maybe we'll get that. Trending. You said trending. Okay, I only have a little bit, but I found it intriguing when she was doing the trending. Okay, so higher education, we do well, but could do better. Enrollment, not there up to the level where we want to make it be, not to a fault of the ministry. Also for the number accessing student loan, he not reach the target, but it day above what it even day originally. Let me go quickly through some of the others. You spoke about social protection. Social protection don't increase, and NIMEC then go upline very recently for look at harmonization of social protection, because the baseline cash transfers at the baseline was 380,778 individuals. By the end of 2024, it was 879,000. And it was way 750,000. So it was way above the target. You get more actors coming in with cash transfer, thus the need for harmonization of cash transfer. The last one where I want to focus on, we don't progress with women and children, although children on the streets, no, we still need to address it. And I don't talk to the Minister of Gender and the Minister of Social Welfare on this. But I just want to come to the youth employment scheme. Because, they're always saying the youth, they're one for work, you pass. And yes, we see graduates coming every year. How are we on the target for 500,000 youth? Well, for this 1 year, waiting, the target now been, the baseline was 0. The target was 37,300. We actually reached at the end of 2024 22,540. Although people then no go believe, but not to the government no more. We expect for employ. Of that 500,000, 175,000 now being for the public sector, and 325,000 was for the private sector. And the private sector contributes mainly to these jobs. You know, we set up a new industry, the private sector, the steel industry, ODAV, which we had a role in cabinet approving banning the export of is it junk metal, right? So this industry was set up, and they employ in the first year 1,000 youth. Then we get the cement, those in 1,800 youth, beverage 900, service 12,000, and SMEs 1,440. And we got this from the Ministry of Trade. Directly from the Ministry of Youth, then 5,400 employ in masonry, carpentry, keke riders, boat ride, all of that sort of support that was given. So we do well in these areas. And I think the others is tech and infrastructure, we do well. Road and transport, you see, say we do well. We do waka better than we were. We do waka fine now. And the transformation of the public sector architecture. If you have any questions, I think I'll just wrap up for now and specific questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. The fact of the matter is that the minister gets a lot for say because the government do a lot. One of the things that we be most proud of, like how the minister say, not to so yabinde. For let you get the Minister of Development, they prepare a scorecard that is transparent and data driven. Where they talk say on this area we not do as well yet. But overall, when you look at the picture, and so we don't do here, we don't do here, we don't do here, we don't do here, you see the progress in real terms. No wonder MCC they look with and say we can find freedom of information, we get 91%. And A plus 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 plus. Because of, and by the way, this scorecard we don't do so, we distribute it on all they go in our websites, they go in our page, let you see them. So when you go on a radio for criticize the government, somebody say pull, they say do studies then this year about USA we day on education or free salary. Say you go na streets no when go ask people in your own data than not to so they own data, bra. Not to so. Process then they step then they wait then they will get people who have their own job than they no left and get there. So you way to go discuss, way to go talk, at least use the data we are available, we'll show you the source. So okay, they could even say talk, we tell you say this will get them from ODAF, this will get them from the Ministry of this. We will tell you inside the data come out and how they're able to collect that data there. So like how the minister tell now the summary, yeah. So we have been there. We'll continue to go forward, inshallah. Now let we come to now going to prepare on a question that will come to on soon. Before the question, I want to take the opportunity first for congratulate my big brother, my comrade, Mr. Ambrose James, on a recent elevation to this important position as the development secretary for the Republic of Salone. For una we don't know, Mr. James, an accomplished development professional, now Harvard educated, Frabe College and Harvard educated. In fact, this panel here, the book man and the book too much. Sabi book, if you combine all the book then I have. But not just people who sabi book that old school way, practical people the way they deliver. You don't hold plenty important position then we don't deliver. When I make His Excellency see and fit that Naina the best person right now for serve as development secretary, for interface with development partners, and help and support the minister for steer the country in development agenda. So congratulations and welcome for the first time to the panel, Mr. James. And the question we'll get for you today, in the time we yourself get briefly, now for tell we Waiting at the state of we relationship with development partners. How we they do, what we for expect, how waiting at young plans as well for build on that relationship before carry go forward. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. And me fumble them on all I do. Like you say, na my first time this na your panel. But I go the kind regularly because I know say you get for the pull me for know what in the happen on development front. But the question is, yes, how will relationship deal with the development partners? And the simple answer is, it's very good, it's very cordial, it's firm. Why I say so? Since 2019 to date, the biggest development partners then consistently don't deal with we. Nobody no move. Because if teen not be married, not be sweet, like say person don't go back to him family, no so. But all the big people and the big players they want to work with, then consistently they will twin. We get World Bank, we get the IMF, we get the UN family, we get EU, we get British government, we get African Development Bank, we get the Americans, we get Ireland, we get China, we get Islamic Development Bank, and so forth and so forth. This is good news. Why are they here? Each one of them then get a multi-year program with the government of Australia, where they span from 3 years to 7 years. What do they mean? Now long-term engagement they want with we. If we know to be better people then, or our people only cooperate, then they say, oh, you do 6 months or 1 year. But this is 3 years to 7 years engagement. What do you do for the strategy then? So it's very important. It means say we work well with them. And over the period, I will tell you, say, on average, all them people that we put the money together, then can yearly give we something like 650 million per year. Money where they commit to the government. And not to the commitment no more we can look because they can say we give, but they not give again. When they commit, when they look at disbursement, how much they can able to disburse to we? 65 to 70% disbursement rate. The donors they can give we. Then they show, say, the government they work. What if we put as benchmark, then the government they try. We are working now for coordinator, make sure, say, if they say that they give Ministry of Health this, or they give Ministry of Information down there, hey, we draw the yes, we pay attention. Now this 10% they go now for, no, make sure say we deliver. If we not deliver, then we'll go money next time. All right, just give a few highlights. And we'll give about thing. We get a book now, like how the minister say, we they talk about data, we they talk about research. This study development assistance report for 2024, where they show what we partners and they do, which money then give, and we say go. I go left and to the minister, go there to one. This go show now different partners then and what they do in this country. For just show say we they engage, and we at the ministry, we they take note of everything. We got for publish the 2025 way back. But in 2024, British government, what did they give? 41 million and $77. Nine then give. When there be an increase? The increase, because in 2023, there be 35 million then give. German government, what did they give? They give 16 million. But we fall short. They can't do. They say the last day when they give, now be 18 million they be give. So we drop, they not give much. But we can't talk about that this small. Of course, the US government, when I know about the Million Challenge, the Million Corporation, MCC, Challenge Corporation, we give 480 million. But apart from the 480 million, then go back and say we'll give more grants. About 26 million. We then give Boku to health ministry. Ireland give 13 million. World Bank give 190 million. But all the money there, some then go up, some then they come down. But not only money that they give you, then they also give you technical assistance. What thing that they mean? Something and they way they want some policy then follow, move and go forward. Some progressive policies where they know say will not get the capacity. Then go send people and for can help we follow or work with them. Then they in a good marriage, in a good body business. Where person they help you, not for helping them or give you the money and left you and see you struggle, but they help you for make sure say it work out with you through the process. But one thing they want for drawing our attention to, over the last decade, donor money, money we can come up from out overseas development assistance, it don't they drop. I want to know down there. The trend they change. When I go see how it affect NGOs, when I go see how it affect foreign policies of government. More government than they try for put their money now into strategic things than like defense. They want to do other things them way strategic to them. They don't want to give Mboku money again now. So we don't see down where we partner them. We don't begin to see the light. Say this thing I got for tranga for we. We got for work hard for move things then go forward. So when we partner, they don't decide, say, if we follow the way where this money they can and where they drop over the 10 years, better not go there. We're not going to meet with development plans there. So what thing would they focus on right now? Now what we call the diversify donor streams or investment streams. And at the private sector they look at. And when they look at the private sector, not so we no more they work with the private sector. We and we partner, they don't decide, say, na yanda na the future for money for go before. How we want for do them? We get natural resources. We get fisheries. We get the marine. We get land, arable land, agriculture there. We get diamond, gold. We get anything then there. How we go utilize that one then there? Forget private sector investment them. We go bring money to we. We go meet with development aspirations. So, for example, this year, they began something they call an ocean conference. Na Nice, na France. President go. Waiting they don't know them tell we partner they say. Una can showcase waiting una marine resources look like. Let investors then see. Let them can invest. Let una get money out of them. So that una go to meet up on development aspirations. We go Seville, na Spain recently also. Where the UN say, Salon, una can showcase waiting una get. We showcase two things then. We say we get the mineral wealth fund, or we get what we call the sovereign wealth fund. That we don't build something where una can invest into. We also, inside Kono district, they get what they call agricultural technology. How we go do this agricultural technology we will get money? We, together with the World Bank, the EU, the British government, we don't do what we call climate finance strategy. All that are for fund money for the future. We don't do what we call a blue economy strategy. All of these are the preparedness for move forward. So in a nutshell, what I try to say, that in as much as traditionally we donor partners, they reduce, but they look ahead and we don't prepare for go into foreign private sector investment. So now then I go say in a nutshell about what it look like between we and we donor partners. Honorable Minister, thank you.
Voilà. And in any call, you landed very, quite an excellent debut. The development sector, it make clear, it make plain, it make it simple for let everybody understand the states of development at the country with relationship with the partners. And I want committee meeting will scan this. We will share with Una and the WhatsApp group we will get with Una. We will also make them public because it's a public document. And it make we get 91% of freedom of information. Because yeah, we will continue. Exactly. We also get with scorecard again. We can find information. We give una information. All we ask is you can critique. You can even condemn. But one letter you critique, they be based on solid information like how all the panelists they don't talk now yesterday. So now we just don't hit 3 o'clock. We mean say we get 30 minutes plus for ask and take on our questions. But apparently we don't get some questions that we come in from online. So as soon as I know, we can start with one that we don't come in via text and online. So make I go through the question and please when I take notes, I just read them and then I cancel on a quick comment and then we cancel the Mr. Saki, somebody say government they run free quality education, yet now unable for pay school subsidies and remove teachers and from the payroll. Is that not shooting yourself on the leg for sabotage education? Will it make delay day in fee subsidies for free quality school education and how can school run without the funds? Minister, some teachers recruited last year, they not get their salary yet when they will be paid. Minister of Health, witness the status of Keriton Hospital and the completion of the facility in Lumley. Can the roads be cleared for easy ambulance access for Lumley and Cottage? Nurse them for adhere to beneficence. This person in English he writes. Non-malfeasance and justice, but we own them very unprofessional. Then get pharmacy at the ward them, no patients care in the fidget with phone. How you dey address this, Mr. Minister? Somebody say current strike now due to inefficiency in the Ministry of Finance. He say will significantly affect the syllabus coverage this year. He say Lord do better. We don't agree. Say okay, we will work better. We will do better. The one there is say those in authority where they aspire for be presidents inquired about the non-opening of schools. He say them picking and then private schools when they out of the country. All right, now your opinion, and we appreciate that as well. So I think Minister Saki, you get the question there. Look, I think you already addressed some of the question, but maybe I'll just give you a minute for comments quickly, and then Minister Dembi will also speak few quick so that we'll give enough time for the other to respond. You get your mic.
Again, I'd go over which I have just said before. We start from last year, we pay 100%. We did this year, we pay 100%. Yes, there was a delay, but it's for me, there are two things that we need to understand how these things they work. The Ministry of Basic Education, they work with schools for prepare vouchers where they submit to the Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance, I cannot talk on all the priorities that we get, but all the money where the government they get, then I consolidated fund, and then they make decisions based on priorities. For Musa Mide Sidom, I also want to make we as citizens take into consideration that just as Minister Dembi tell we but how we get MPOX, government get for firm money for meet them kind of contribution than they. But I cannot speak on behalf of the Ministry of Finance. But what I will say, we have always met with obligation, and the Minister of Finance gave me assurance, say we will meet with obligation. So before I go on media, even I go 98.1, I say I'll be cautiously optimistic, say we will pay. And that is based on the commitment where the Minister of Finance don't give me, say, come what may, whatever happens, we will pay that money day. But I also want to make people understand when they talk about free quality education, we get huge items that we pay for. It's not just the subsidies. One other big one, where even big part subsidies, now school feeding. It runs into millions of dollars for one day. So in every aspect of what we do, even with school feeding, we might have delays, but we pay. So that commitment, 100% from the government, say what we say we do, we do.
All right. Thank you, sir. Mr. Minister.
Thank you very much. So I'll start with Kerry Town. I please for tell Nase, we don't approve a $50 million soft loan from the Saudi government for begin construction of an ultra-modern hospital in Kerry Town. Again, I think say I get for change from there in jacket and tie to hard hats because I dey go camp na Kerry Town. Kerry Town, get forget a lot of activities. Um, we not only the hospital they go up there. Now we get funds approval for a farmer grade warehouse. Again, the warehouse that we'll get now na sideway now for agricultural implements that we go keep expensive mess in them. Now we dey get a custom design $14 million farmer grade warehouse with under all of the funding from the government don't pay their contribution for 'em. We dey begin work as soon as they gain and don't stop. A third area now the cancer treatment center. Again, na Kerry Town. We dey make sure say we will not do you say the cancer treatment that you get we then call linear accelerator. The equipment where they get some very, very powerful rays where they move forward. At the same time, you get cobalt 60 radioisotope that where they use this. So the extremely important, say the construction, correct? You get appropriate bunkers inside it, and the soil is all right, you not get seepage into the soil. We don't done all that survey now. We engage with the International Atomic Agency, Atomic Energy Agency, follow move forward with that. The hospital now, Lumley, now one of the I saw them for we don't get the Julius Maada Bio Pediatric Center of Excellence, they move forward. The other hospital, now 3 hospitals there, one now Waterloo, one Lumley, and one Macaulay Street. We try to finalize the arrangement with the Kuwaiti Fund. Now contract difficulties we get, we hope for clear that so we will forget 300 additional beds in the Freetown area. On the roads access, again, we ambulance them, we make sure say, you tell them build cottage and all are during Lantern and the road being clear. Now the place very, very busy, very populated. So we need for work with traffic for able to clear the road for the ambulance and get access. On the attitude of healthcare workers, we get great healthcare workers. We get really, really passionate healthcare workers. A good example now, we will go set up this place now in Hastings, you know. The patient then where they go with Mpox, where they go for their treatment, and fall in love with the nurse them, then fall in love with the matron them because of the care, the quality care within they give. Yeah. So we get hardworking, really good medical staff. At the same time, at the same time, we get some healthcare worker them. We not a focus on the patient care. What we need for do now for identify them people and we get them out of the system because we don't need them kind of people and we need people that were dedicated and committed. One of the problems we will get, we will try to resolve with this PIN code and the electronic registration. Now for just remove volunteer then because not to volunteer. You know, you didn't replace 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they not they pay you. What's in happen? You they pay yourself. And the way that they pay themselves now from the patient them. And now they completely unacceptable. It undercut the system. So one remove that and now make one pin coded staff with properly authenticated, where they follow the rules, or we're able for discipline if necessary. If somebody do bad, what you go do with them? You say, I know you'll walk away. But now with we own staff, all they pin code them and get a job, then go accountable, then go responsible, and a major ingredient of their work, now empathy, for able for care for the people that really enjoy and care. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Now, Tom, questions. I want to see all the hand want them because at the point all the number want them so that we go try for wrap up on time. Okay. So we'll divide into 3, 1, 2, and 3 regions. And it starts with this region. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on our all straight. Keep the question short and to the point. I'll go.
Yeah, my name na Mahmoud Silla from the Nature newspaper. My question goes to Minister of Information. With regards MCC scorecard, I feel proud when I look at the data. But one of the things that I'm really concerned about, the control of corruption. Instead of us maintaining upwardness, we are coming down. Last year was 76%. This year is 74%. So I'm really concerned about that. I think within the sub-region, the only country that is ahead of us is Senegal. Senegal got 98%. What do you think is the reason why we are, instead of us maintaining the upwardness, we are coming down?
Thank you. Number 2.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon. My name is Amos Marshall Taiwali, aka the microphone vandalist. Mr. Minister, I want for use me vocal dexterity for welcome you back. And on behalf of this journalistic congregation, we really miss you, especially your style of presentation and your voice was pentatonic. Okay, for the exigency of time, the Minister of Health, I want you to clarify for me this statement that them fall in love with the nurses and the matron. We get different type of love. We get romantic love, agape love, flare love. Which type of love did you talk about? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fati Roslyn Mojishola Usha Conte, and I report for the Women's Voice newspaper. My first question they go to Mr. Saki. The week before last, the previous week, I asked the Minister of Finance on a question related to them if they can audit, how they can audit allocation of budget. Now to my question, because we don't they see say the complaint and don't they boku when it come to the teachers then welfare. What me want to ask if the Ministry of Finance, when it comes to the allocation of the national budget, or the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, who side the problem there? That's my question, sir.
Would that be the number 4? Okay.
All right. Me na Joshua Alfred Sise from Michael's Online TV. And we're really happy today for being at this place and for get to saying positively. But like we as we did at the field and the question then this week in each week and as well we say one for like post them on one so that we'll get a correct answer for give them. Like we want to start with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Education. Really, when I don't try. But the question we are getting now that waiting at the credibilities of where we have been getting when our verification, biometric verification, we make teachers that be removed from payroll and as well as bring them back on them things. This was one of the questions where we get a fee and where we want to get a clarification on. All right, we come to health. It's a very good news where we say we get a recruitment of 3,000 health workers. When we talk about the word health, now a very compound word. We get several sectors in it. So if you can give me a category of them people, we will not go want by numbers or so amount, we will be very happy and waiting at the deadline to read. And different one. One question per person.
Normally now one question per person, but today I'm in a good mood. So I'll give you one last one.
Thank you very much, sir. We go to the Ministry of Planning and Development. I got a question now for that. Waiting at the reason why Freetown municipality road construction now in months it gets spoiled again rather than sustainability.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Next person. Go ahead, sir, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name na Tyrell Abubakar, the report for Concord Times newspaper. My first question to go to Mr. Minister Saki. According to the 2024 supplementary budget, we see a massive slash cut or breakdown from 1.1 billion to 61 million. You not think say, or you feel say the government really serious about education, we then can cut them there from 1.1 billion to 61 million. Similar, I expect also Madam Minister of Planning and Economic Development. We see also from that same budget a massive reduction from $747,000 to 91. We see them cut then there. What in the show say the government really serious about inflation program that we they put forward? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Question this round. Yes.
Good afternoon. Mina Bobodan Kamara. I report for New Citizen newspaper. So my question to Dr. Dembi. Couple of years back, now the president in vision for health on the wheel, for going to take health care to the people regardless who say in this country. So four bosses is government begin to we. But the bosses there, they always talk now you building here. We then suppose for the give healthcare to people in a remote villages there. You go only see them pull here for go test the engine after that they come back and they back. So one for no, is it that we undermine the president a vision or we ready for promote them? Then the second question to Madam Bali, just a quick one. I want for no waiting at the average life expectancy of Sierra Leonean. Thank you.
All right. We get plenty question them. And I want to tell you thank you. Also, the one who be putting hand up. If you don't ask you question, just left you in case for today. Next year we will start on the side. So I think in terms of the question, let me start with education. Again, the major question for you, Mr. Minister. Now, this question of the credibility of biometric verification we have been do. Why we have been need for una don't pull down there, you currently don't announce una dey in states. What's be happen at that process there? And there was this question around whether the problem they with you or they with Ministry of Finance. And then I think question around budget allocation, whether the border claim a very specific figure, see there was a significant slash in education funding in the supplementary budgets and waiting that day the signal in terms of government in commitments to education. If you can try for answer that question in all in 3 minutes, I will be most grateful. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, the first one, now the issue of credibility of the data that we'll get for teacher verification. Firstly, let's just qualify certain things. When me being at the TSC, one of the World Bank triggers, now for make we do a biometric verification. It is an extremely expensive exercise. It ran into billions at the time. So we put a very robust case at the time, me and Minister Senge, for say if we get that billion day for do that exercise day, we go use them for build school rather than go verify teachers. Yes? So we push back and they accept we argument at that particular point in time. So the verification do this term not to be biometric. Now there are some challenges in this because the verification based on you turn up at somebody in school and find out whether that person did at that school at that particular point in time. But there are other things that you need for take into consideration in terms of teacher movement. If you take a teacher within a mission school, you send and go book. That mission day, sometimes they take that teacher and go Kenema. Because the school where they go to Kenema are the same mission school, but then they tell the TS. So it's possible to say when you turn up in that school na bo, when you record the same boy day, it not day. So that some of them there is a second thing also about the syncing of the information. So the people that will do the verification, my understanding was that they use tablets. Now there is some question as how competent some of them were in using those tablets because we can't force into the mainstream, the mainframe in all sync well. That's not happened to me school academy because none of the teacher they verify. in the president of the teachers union, he said get the same problem. But it's very easy for make we correct that and another exercise that we do right now. The second one is about the slashing of the budget. I think Mr. Ambrose did talk about the fact that donor funds then they dwindle all over the world. I will get one meeting na Ghana in October where all the African education ministers then they go meet for make we all engage in the reality of the show is that most of the programs were funded by donors. And if now the donor then they take the money, then go put on our defense, then we all therefore be realistic. You know, one for back would they go tell you say education would they spend 1 billion or 1 million, we will not get that, then we still get the same problem. So at this particular point in time, because the supplementary budget though reduce the budget, we need for engage and look at priority programs. I don't think say we will cut anything significantly, but there are some aspects that we need for be realistic as to whether we cut or not. With discussion with the union, we talk about some of these things. Then they said to we, if we pay teacher salary, we pay subsidies. They are okay with that. He said then to them they will for ring fence them and make them local and red boundaries around them. We need to touch them. But I can tell you, say, apart from subsidies, as I said to you, we pay huge amount of money. Education, to be honest, if with the Ministry of Finance get money, by the time we go inside, we clear the entire Ministry of Finance. So I think we self need for staff a little bit on some of this there because other ministry they self did. But really, the reality is there is dwindling donor funds. There is high expectations because we don't we not be the poster child. We all man they give you money for education and waiting. But now that world day, to be honest with you, it don't go. So Mr. Agavo begin prepare with people say we get for prioritize, we waiting our expectations, we get for manager. Now going back to the budget, I think we get a slight challenge. The way Army don't use they abroad, you when they do budget, you they give the organization we do the budget the money. But we don't get that kind of system now. We get what you call consolidated fund. That consolidated fund in a Ministry of Finance. So then they give you a budget, but it is run and approved by the Ministry of Finance. I think saying that you they try for say in terms of who side the budget allocation day. Yes?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I want to come to Madam Minister of Development. You question very direct the life expectancy, and then another question about just budget allocations and what's in the naming in terms of prioritization.
I think, yeah, it was specifically on roads.
Yeah, and then third one on roads. Sorry, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The life expectancy, that's an easy one. I would have thought it was, we then challenge the question to the Minister of Health, but since that's the first question asked of me, so sometimes they may want to make a talk. So the baseline is 54 years, and I will give you the target for this. The target for 2024 now being 55 years, but the actual achievement for 2024 now 56.3 years. So we're there above that target in terms of life expectancy. And you see, we move up small, but it correlates with the progress where we make with infant mortality and the other areas where the minister don't talk about. The other question, I think it was priority, but also based on roads. Why the Freetown road, they're not last for long, then them well. Within our development planning and we capital budget over the years, really the focus don't be on provincial roads because most people then I come out upline. The road to then town to then village, most of the time, it's deplorable. And if we talk even about feed salon or we dey talk about all of the other indicators we need for get good road. So the government over the years don't they focus on provincial roads. So usually the urban roads, then they get light maintenance. But this particular capital budget for this year, we say we dey focus on urban roads as well as the provincial roads. Because if you dey travel upline various like the Moyamba Junction to Moyamba, and so other fine roads then, the one by Zimi, the road them fine, but you cannot free tongue. I don't travel with my pikin. They don't ask me, mommy, where the upline roads them fine so and all the roads and free tongue them bugu bugu. So we don't begin as a government. And I want to say the Macaulay Street Road, not the Macaulay Street near that Beringon off Sakila Road, oh, but that Freetown, Macaulay Street na Moreton, outside grammar school. Now government do am not to grammar school old boys. So clarifying, that was the government. So that now one road where we don't begin showing her, right? That other road, High Broad Street, wait for meet up Macaulay Street. Then they said, you see, say we been don't begin make them. Now money tight small. I think we had to focus on education, but then they said government get for do am. There are some other urban roads like Leicester roads where we not go see and where they do something. Sharon, where I come back, I go, where we don't do them roads, I could say not to sow them road them in there.
Exactly. We will continue for a group. Anyway, Mr. Minister of Health, you get a few questions, categories of the jobs that were available. Question about the mobile clinic specifically, I think, not been the second one. And then I think, as the minister say, maybe you go comment on life expectancy. And then finally, they want to clarify this love affair.
So let's start with the love affair, yeah? So Ministry of Health, now love ministry, yeah? We got love portion. But I think say the important thing now for no say, we personally go hospital, you're afraid. You get fear, you get trepidation, you don't know what's going to happen. You're there in a very difficult state. We main objective now, we reach there, let people there show that Soyat love. Yeah? Like you brother love, your sister love, your auntie love, you caring love, where you feel say, you there now. You know my responsibility. And I'll make sure say you come with a frown, you come with a fear, but you left with a smile. But I never referred to not to this lovability business. Yeah. The other issue about the services, I mean the recruitment, if you watch the portal now, we get about 28 different categories what they look for them 3,000 jobs. You know, you can scroll down, you see oral health, medical equipment, administrative, medical records, the whole thing there, you know. So if you go down the site, it will show you what's happening. So I have 28. So the opening day for it now yesterday, Monday. It closed on the 29th. They are not come to me by the 30th for special favor. Yeah? We, it no matter who that you be, it no matter how say you come out now free from the 8th to the 29th. After midnight on the 29th, we shut it down. Yeah? So again, Lord, just do the right thing around here. And lastly, for the mobile bus now one of the most successful pieces in healthcare delivery. In fact, not a mobile bus, now hospital on wheels. Now hospital on wheels where they go out for provide services now remote parts of the country. You know what's in the inside of hospital there? They get nearly all the kind of machinery you can imagine: chemistry, hematology, I don't call it ultrasound, all that in the inside the bus. What's going to happen when they get a team where they go out for the bus, they route them, we try to keep on good roads, on level roads, because now very, very delicate machine in the day. If you bump small, it'll get out of whack. So now that make we they keep on our main road them. We go now we don't go nearly every district now this country, the bus don't go there. And now one of the biggest response now they get. You know what's happening with them bus here? Not so only the service where the bus they provide, everywhere we they get at least 300 to 1,000 people and they show up for care. Nobody now they go home without the care where they need. But it's extremely expensive. It costs you about $50,000 because you need to go all the side in Goody and ask poor people then for pay. So all the drugs, all the tests, everything now free. So extremely expensive. And we make sure say if you go out for 1 week, it'll come back, recalibrate, restock before you go back again. This being said, you see you packed it for like slightly longer period. Now because now rainy season, the road then look bad. But as soon as the dry season comes, we raise enough money and raise enough funds to make sure say we'll go back on the road. Again, the really great thing about this channel, we take this kind of medical care to the people. Man, they don't let for go hospital. Now only trauma, difficulty in any bring in hospital. The woman they always they go hospital for themselves and then begin. When the man the can't na the boss, na they tell the CC the heart complaint a huge na the community, the diabetes a huge na the community. All other public health thing they all know they see in the hospital within the community. Now in this boss they help we see. So it play a very, very vital role for it. Now we know more expensive, and when they talk to the Chinese, they then give you another 16 buses so that they no need for the travel again and go camp inside the district. They're able for service the whole district.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. So, to be clear, the premise of the question, we see the boss then just back there. And that premise thing and the minister just remove completely. With managing color, it don't debunk the premise. The boss don't be very effective, don't be used widely across the country. And yes, some they do with the pack here. And then when they're ready, they go do the services, then come back. Me said me get one question about MCC, control of corruption. Good point, but I think that question there for take into consideration, say when President Bill can 2018, control of corruption, we been they get 40 something percent. Eh? In fact, 49%. Will not be ever reach 50%. Since President Bill done day, we don't dey consistently over 70%. You right? They go 73, don't reach say 80. And yes, and a cause follow pay attention. President Bill they remind we every day, and I know say the outstanding anti-corruption commissioner, Francis Benkai-Fala, also they pay attention to them thing and they say the thing about corruption they fight back. And if you slow down small, it will become aggressive. But I can tell you, say, even with all the challenges, as you say, we are one of the best performers. Anybody they check on that issue there when it comes to control of corruption. And under President Bill leadership, with Francis Benkai-Fala at the top of that institution, we don't pass as a country consistently, we will continue for pass. Yes, let's see. We are all now. Voila. We do all together so we don't rap. But at the point, not all man get for us. So I get for forgive me, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the lady, 9 to this gentleman, and 10 now. Okay? All man know a number. This is not fair process. Okay. Logo kind of sort out. Yes.
Good afternoon. Me na Usman Menti for Menti Online TV. My question to go to Minister of Health. Mr. Minister, would they see inside Freetown, then they sell medicine, all side people go inside boss, gonorrhea, this, anything you want, it the menam. So what do they do as minister? For let and they stop, let not go to sell medicine, any side you want sell them. 2, we get one hospital na Waterloo, where them be done bill from APC time, me and your seat. That hospital there, anytime I go Waterloo, I see the AC, all the rest, the whole thing don't pull there, and government money did it. And if he left, so what time they come back, person go spend that same money. What you have to hold the hospital, they know they function. 3, minister, we all know for that last one, please. We all know for the right now, people they die in the street. Pankush business. Any say we pass na central, they see people they die. But man no value in this country again. What you they do because you don't find foreigner they come, they see people in the roti they die. What you they do For the pick them, but then they all know they know for seeing and died in the face, and let them go on side for the treat until they die before they left in the street, people in the see them.
Thank you. Number 2. Thank you. Careful. Yes. Go ahead, please.
Alfred Sisi, Choice FM. To the Minister of Health. Few months back, we get from different radio stations and different media houses they talk about the innovation of the Connaught mortuary. And you be talk about say that they innovate them in 2 weeks. I don't know if the 2 weeks you be talk about, now 2 years they talk about, or 2 months they talk about. Clarify that before we, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, me now Victor is a reporter, Queen Beaver blog. Yes, Mr. Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education. Of course, me waiting now before you, me on daddy. Now, one of the principal we to say this will done at any time. And still they trust the process. But again, Mr. Minister, the government of the day, they carry a significant goal for shape school picking them welfare. And the free quality education don't be a big agenda where we own papa say yes and go do at the four corners of Sierra Leone. As a ministry and as you as the head, waiting at the plan them we now don't put in place for support President's bill in agenda. As now, instead of the school beginning sit on our house now, the teachers them wait for they at the classroom they now and now they sit on our house. As this they damage the free quality education and how we now go build the bond with SLTU and tell parents and say waiting President Bill be promise them and go fulfill them and go come
Thank
to
you.
pass.
Yes. Number 4.
Ahmed White Sure, editor for Care Times newspaper. Mr. Minister of Education. The issue of monitoring, very important. Education Minister.
It gets you. Go ahead.
Fine. Now that you don't tell the whole nation about this feed subsidy when I don't pay, how much now they pay key attention to principles in terms of monitoring, not just for pay sake, for monitor and make sure that this particular money it go to the right beneficiary. Like you mentioned, the community banks them and they use the money the other way around, which is not good. Minister of Health. Is it that MPOX not get money and I make it die out in October? And the last but not least, Permanent Secretary. Upon all the travels where His Excellency don't travel for sell the good image of the country, how much of investors we don't get since at that time to date? Thank you very much.
Next.
Yes,
Now you the number 5? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Said Dumbuya and Rights for Exclusive. Mr. Saki, some teachers say apart from we wanna remove them from the payroll, recently we then go check their accounts, some of their accounts and then block them. We then ask the bank management, they say now orders from above then get. When I get anything for do with the blockage of teachers' accounts, that's one. And Mr. Siba, where President Biodi left for go UK, and the first lady tweet say then they go by bilateral engagement. But since Sweden go, the only picture we see then on social media for inform we say then they na UK now where they engage the your babies. We not see nothing like any bilateral engagement with the president and other development partners, which really President Bio did do in the UK. Thank you.
Number 6. Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Minister. Mina Mohamed, Success, the report for Success TV Online. Mr. Minister, recently, Minister of Education, say we left out some school-going pupils for for the previous WAS examination. And due to this saga where it happened, we get updates say then you dey include them for this upcoming private WAS examination. If the ministry or the government able for satisfy this saga, this subsidy business, what are the fate of this upcoming in the way you don't slot for the 2025-26 WAS examination? Private, thank you.
Ready next. Okay, Deepa.
Mohammed Kamara, the watch. Mr. Minister of Health, I guess you've been to the West for quite a long time. Now let me talk about this volunteer rights. Matano served the Minister of Health for 2 years as a volunteer. At the time, you promised Mata, say, make it beer, when all is over with the PIN code, she got to get a PIN code. Finally, you introduce a criteria where exclude Mata, complete the criteria. Mr. Minister, Matano goes to the government of the Republic of Sweden for breach of contract. Madam Minister of Economic Development, from what you told us, it seems you lay emphasis on fifth salon more, say it don't score more goods, which had never been a strategy of the government of the Republic of Sweden, but a passion of His Excellency the President. It was written. Fifth salon is a passion, it's not a strategy. Yeah, I read it in international magazines and all that. Now, how come that fifth salon supersedes in success as compared to all the government institutions then? What in now, A, the local international factors the way they buy them for go at same range. 2, what in audit reports annually get for 2 for the 7 years of President Bill in good plans there for push country before A in terms of corruption. Thank you.
All right, so that'll be the next. I think this gentleman and the lady. Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon. Mina Alhaji B2A, student from Mitimaga Technical University. Today for my first day for being here. My question is to Minister of Basic Education. Concerning about we as a student in Sierra Leone, whenever we don't get the requirements for going to the university, like more especially me, passionate about biology. And I decide for go read biology, but based on waiting the community, the parents who will take care of me, it tell me say if you go read biology, this country people that they graduate for the law side and the other side, they need to get job. Then try to convince me say today me not a public health student. Concerning about this, Mr. Minister, I'm curious for know. What are the things that una don't put in place concerning about the inside there?
All right, thank you. I think the lady, this gentleman, and then we end there. Una keep and short, please. We don't go way out of time.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
Mina
ma'am.
Kamara from Political Newspaper. This question they go for the Development Secretary, Mr. James. You mentioned say the development partners in a salon they give 600 million per year. Is it a rise or a decrease? Because it's just a figure. And lastly, to the Minister of Education, sir, being that the private school they don't already start school and the government school, you know, able confirm whether school they open or not. You know, see say they affect the pupils, and more especially the one them way get for sit the public examination.
Okay, thank you. Yes, please keep and short.
Good afternoon. First of all, before I move to my question, I will say Leosta will beat 2. Basically, Honorable Minister, Mr. Kodra Saki, we've been before the strike actions take the Sierra Leone Teachers Union be write a letter last year, November 2024, say they get for strike. They been write to the Sierra Leone Labour Congress by then. They been keep una informed based on the activities them. Now, 10 months along the line, una not be able to resolve the issues. Now we don't see the education business now, the strike action still on. How una don't prepared for settle learn problems stay away because the strike actions? Because we don't see say a lot of approved schools then at the provinces.
You
at the
don't
cap-
ask the question.
at
I'm
the-
sorry, but
okay.
I really need for
Okay, okay, let
the
Andy
minister
first.
then get for 3:30 appointments, so we don't keep the
Okay, the
late.
last.
Yeah.
Before they go to the last. Yes, the Minister of Health, sir. You talk about the health sector. There are a lot of improvement on the hospital business, but we don't see the medical stores there, and then they born at them hospital there. How una don't go for remedy them situations there for let the medical stores there
Thank
for
you.
born?
Thank you. Final question. Yes.
Thank you
Fry.
so much. Mina Arnold Kintu from Answer Folk Radio. I get a question, but first of all, I want to say plenty thank you to Minister of Education. But I want to ask, there is an issue will be happen in Cambia, where the NPSC will pass, now gal picking, then deprive them for seats, the NPSC exams, just for 50 loans. So I just want to ask, waiting to be the actions the way the ministry be take in regards to the teacher will be deprived that picking day. You know, things they don't destroy in future for the past 2-3 years, for the next 2-3 years. And the another one get for do it manufacture teachers them. I can say we get train and qualify, but for now we get more manufactured teachers them than train and qualify. Because why I say so, we get
sorry. Question.
yes.
I just want the question now.
Okay, so I want to ask how una can recruit teachers them.
All right.
Is it
Thank you. Thank you. I apologize, but I can cut you there. Basically, we see mean teacher they will not qualify. That then they create teacher them. Very good. Correct. So unqualified teachers being recruited into the school system. All right, sorry, I just want to announce the Minister of Healthcare urgent appointment. We allow Ale respond briefly, then Ingo left free, then we done the question, and then we go. So yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Again, I don't learn something from you saying not for vex. You know, for be calm, because on the question it make person vex small bit. Because Connaught Hospital, we not say 2 weeks, yeah? We say 6 weeks. And if you look on the image them, we get all of the equipment, the refrigerator, but you know, now very, very busy facility. You know, we just say shut down everything and keep on going for too long. So we say 6 weeks. But yeah, at the big now for go day, go see how things don't improve. Secondly, again, people they don't put their life on the line for mpox. Then they work day and night for protect you and everybody. So enough fair for they begin tell people and say money done. That's not fair. That is not correct. So they allow respect the people that already put their life on the line. 52 or 54 people and none die from this mpox business. The one that will not die, over 5,000 people and not get infected. So not a something for trivialize. That's something we're very, very serious, where we all need for come together for fight this. So again, I learned not for vex, but the other issue then we have very pertinent question like the Waterloo Hospital. Now 3 hospitals in the Waterloo, Macaulay Street, and Lumley. Now Kuwaiti government make a contractual arrangement with some vendors. The difficulty now how for rearrange that contract, we're not to governors here, you make the contract. So they try for big, they try for work with them. Look, if that thing didn't happen, we'll all go be so happy because it allow we forget 300 beds now the Freetown area. So we aggressively pursue, and I think say before the end of the year, the contractor and say it will take 3 months for finish all the building them. So they spend that money there and make sure say we able for complete the 3 hospital them. On the medical stores the way they born, Again, we're very, very concerned about that. Very concerned about that on multiple levels. So first, we get to look at the security because then a high value commodity then they inside implicitly. We dey make sure say for all, for example, the global fund commodities, we buy insurance for 'em and make sure say the company where they protect them also get insurance. We also ensure say we get fire suppression capabilities and capacities in that facility also. So hopefully we're not going to get any kind of fire also, but if we get the fire, then it no will cause so much disruption. On the pharmacy side, people in they sell all kind of medicine na teeth. It wrong. It unacceptable. So the pharmacy board, they aggressively work with law enforcement for able to identify them people and persecute them. But it's so pervasive that you the shut one today, the other one open tomorrow. So now two kind of approach they take now. Very aggressive pursuit of them people where they sell them drugs. So secondly, we want to educate the public because the public is a key partner in this effort. Now you get for go on for buy this drug where you not get dates for them, you not get quality for them, you not show it you buy. In fact, sometimes the thing when you buy now go kill you, it go make your infection worse. So we want to make sure say the public educated, even as we aggressively pursue them, the perpetrators. On the Kush issue, this is not the bane of our existence. Now one nation crisis, this now one nation problem. You know they solve them by taking the bodies and throwing them away. You did do them by a concerted all of society engagement, parents, civil society, organizations, all arms of the ministry, law enforcement, health, social welfare. We all need to work together for solve this problem. Yeah, nobody, no, they take that drug. They, for make them feel guilty. We for work with them for ensure say we show empathy and help them for recover. Now we get a lot of people in the recover. We did talk about the people that already died, but a lot of people they recover where they rebuild in life. And that's not because the society care, the society interested, and we work with them. So again, this really wonderful experience this today. I really like the question them that genuine question they want to ask, and they say you not to mirror to yourself. We not the see yourself. Now honor the see. So I want no more bring that kind of mutual respect and mutual curiosity. And also we able to go answer now. Also we're not able, we will go find out. But don't not assume next say the mortuary whatever or and the last question, but would I pursue government? Look, the government get a pact, a commitment for save lives, for protect lives, because now investment, not to expenditure. If you're healthy today, you go able to go teach. If you're healthy today, you go able to go work. If you're healthy, you go be a good farmer. If you're not healthy, you're not going able to do any of them things in it. So the government get a commitment and a responsibility for them, yeah? But this is not the controversial side now. You they empower and educate people them for let them be potential employers. You they acquire all them skills here for let you be potential employer. You know, acquire all them skills here and you say, last you don't now, let government can give me a job. Yeah? And waiting for happen, we see they sue the government for now. Yeah? So let me change that attitude there. That would be creative, that would be innovative. We get all them kind of opportunity there. So fintech, agriculture, education, soccer, entertainment, all the opportunity there. So let us take full advantage of them for be the best person that we can be. Within the government, they do not for create an environment for let you be that kind of person.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister for Health, the Honorable Dr. Austin Dembi. Congratulations. Fantastic work with the Ministry of Health they do and the progress will they continue to see. I think we will allow you for you left free. Next, I want Mr. James just address you question one time, Mr. James, and then we'll come to Minister of Development. Since you get all the questions, you will summarize for then we will wrap up now. Go ahead, comrade.
I think say I get two questions them. One about investors, and then the second one are the average donor inputs, inflows. I mean, on investors, there's a lot going on. You're not going to know what in they happen. I mean, we don't take this role in the last 3 months. And me and the minister don't meet a number of people, or we don't come meet we. Embassies, they don't come meet we. Yesterday, we even get the Indian High Commissioner we come meet we. What did they look for? Indian investors, then the way they come in October, the one for sale will coordinate for them. Egyptian, they don't come meet we. Then SEP say they want, let we get a Sierra Leone Egypt business forum. Who will go with them? Yesterday, or inside this week, where President Bill go China, he signed agreements with different agencies there. Yesterday, the Chinese embassy sent a contract to it. Say they don't ready for put 1,500 solar lights across the country. These things, you not go see them like I see and so. But every time we sit down in the office, people when they come, then they ask, what we for do? We get emails them from investors where they ask we. When get projects them, when share them with we. We get project profiles them. Over I don't come, I don't get over 5 or 6 of them where one can do scoping study now. So all of these things, not to think the way just materialize just like that. But let one know say people and they want for come, and then they come, then they check, then they see the profiles them of the projects they will get, and what then go able for do. We get all them people I don't talk about. If we get the Chinese, we get the IMF, the World Bank, we still try to work with them. That it tells you we try to develop new programs with them. That's all about, you go say the president they travel, but it's about shaping and making sure that this country gets the traction we need for people and for come invest. On the average budget, we did talk about 650. Like I say, in the last decade alone, the overseas development assistance don't they go down? Which will they get ready? It don't they go down? Definitely, now make we try for look at other avenues then. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. I think you also get a couple of questions in, but I think your development sector, you know, I guess one of them around just investors and resources coming into the country. I don't know if you get any other issue you want to respond quickly.
There was a about the feed salon.
Oh, whether
The-
a
the
passion
pres-
project
yes,
of the president versus whether a national
Yes,
strategy.
yes,
Yes, please.
Yes, so I dey answer this question with mixed emotion. One, I like the question. Two, I don't get chance for really answer them the way I want answer them. But it dey make I reflect, say, and my staff are here, that we need to have a session with journalists so they go really, really understand the plan. And I just want to give you probably you want conflate the two. But in the what we put in the plan is drawn from the manifesto, the 2023 manifesto of the SLPP party. That's where the big 5 game changers then first come out. Mm? And of those big 5 game changers, the flagship program, that's where the flagship was Feed Salon. Now, that's the president we want to see. Initially, the former plan, now being human capital development. Now, it make we go into all the health and education. This time was Feed Salon. And it good for make a country get a flagship because there are so many development interventions. What side we want to focus on, right? So now, but not to just a political pronouncement. The experts now translate them now into we medium-term development agenda. Now that happened. I remember sitting in the office one Saturday, me one green from 9 to about 6. They think for these big 5 into our development agenda. And in the end, somehow we came up with this figure here, in which all with it talk, the big 5 they relate. Feed Salon, they at the center. It relates to human capital development, if you say. It relates to youth employment. It relates to technology and infrastructure. it rests on delivery, transforming the medium term architecture, right? So we put this into the plan, then we sit down, but we can't just have these big five. We want a comprehensive plan. And not talk about time, but we not give me the time. 5 enablers. Diversifying the economy so that they for support time, we get mining, we get tourism, we get all those other income generating sectors. Then we will get governance and accountability, rule of law. I just looking at this table here on the enablers and on the other side. I see say when I not put the third one, environment and climate change. The targets and Dede, but you not break them. So maybe you have to send another one to him.
Updated version.
Yes,
Thank
and
you,
the-
Minister.
and the-
Sorry,
and the
just
other
because we're
area
out
was-
of time.
Yeah, gender mainstreaming.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I don't get enough time. But they ask me people, let's get a special session on this plan.
And we'll
for
work,
journalists.
and we'll work with you on that. Yeah. Finally, Minister of Education, I apologize to una all say today we don't go really out of time, but as una see, we try for accommodate as many of una as possible and for answer una question then thoroughly. Minister of Education, you get a few, just summarize them if you can in 2.5 minutes.
You know, so we come from my own business, I don't care if we summarize. But anyway, I will try. I'll go first with this one about whether, you know, all of this experience go build, go damage the presidency agenda. I would say no. You know, Englishman and get one thing they can call silver lining in the cloud. In other words, a good thing will come out of a bad situation. The good thing will come out of this situation we would right now is the fact that we get the involvement of the vice president, somebody where they talk to the president every day, somebody way more senior than me and the minister of finance. So what he tell we now we get for do, and he get direct access to the president and put on at the presidency. So this agenda now is something where they're at top of the government priority. So if there is any good thing we'll get out of this difficult situation, now the fact that we get somebody at the presidency we're involved. So I want to assure you that we go there in a better place. The second thing somebody then talk about monitoring. For me, very quickly, we just appoint 210 additional school quality assurance officers. Now you might say we don't get school quality assurance officer, so why is it different? We work with one organization for make sure certain quality assurance officers here now go to use tablets when they do assessment and monitoring of their school. So it's more detailed, and at the click of a button, we were able to know how they can to a judgment, say a school they meet a basic standard or a school they use in the way where they're supposed to use them. But the second thing also, the Institute of Governance Reform, now reforming him, then do a pilot with some school them, where they train school heads them for use cash book, where they account for the money where they come in, the money where they come out. One of the things that I would say to Andrew Lavally, I really want that we partner with self for make we scale this up. So things like where this the subsidy go inside school, if you use cash book, you go able to record them, you go able then know what thing they happen. So if somebody say go monitor, where you can monitor and then you look that cash book, what thing don't happen with the resources. So we really they make improvements in the way we would monitor and use even digital techniques for make we do them better. The other person talk about them picking and Mr. Dumbia. You talk about them picking and where them be pull. No. Mr. Dumbia, you talk about the one that them pull off the payroll. Now, then go back, they not get a salary. To be honest with you, Ministry of Finance get a letter with them give you say
them block their accounts here as well.
no, them pull them from the payroll. But I understand say some bank them block them. I can assure you that nothing no come, there was no orders from above. Because if there is an order from above, it will come through me. Me will be the channel where the orders from above. There is nothing of the sort. We they try for sort it out. I get a meeting with the financial sector just before this meeting. It don't tell me say last send and the listing of all them people and they go bank to bank for checker out. And I can assure you say we go solve her. Success Media, you talk about them the 8,000 picking we will get for pay for. Yes, and how we go pay for them, who will they pay for this the school subsidy. Me brother, every time the kind of the town I say I try for close leakages. Some of the difficulties we take we now because of the leakages then they. I can tell you right now that just inside last month, the Minister of Finance gave me $500,000 for pay for them PKR. Them PKR now, they registered them. 3,000 out of the 8,000 don't register. You know what happened to the rest? The school leader then don't move them now and put them back inside the exam for me. So we can't pay for 2 exams. So we work with the school leaders to say we can't, this is wastage. If we plug this wastage, we go able to pay. So I want to assure the public, it is not the fact that the government cannot afford. There are some wastage in the system we make and sometimes difficult in terms of the government in cash flow. So $500,000 for the 8,000 picking and day. So let me go to the next one. The next one talk about STEM. STEM, I want for us to say something where perhaps the public not know. You know, when we get Ebola, Salono be they take practicals for STEM subjects. Now we be get a dispensation, not for do that. Now they don't lift that for 2026. So we got to take STEM seriously. STEM also, you know, so the government, they even give scholarship to women away, women picking where they do STEM for go universities. So we take them very seriously because any country where they develop, now STEM, now ain't gonna make it develop. But there is an issue. The issue I want to raise just very quickly because it comes out with discussion with the union is that sometimes even when they talk about tech voc, when a STEM related subject, we they ask all teachers them forget teaching qualification. But with tech voc, we don't get teacher that will get the teaching qualification in the hand. So what in the union they actually for do is say if somebody get HND or HNC, when a tech voc qualification, we will recognize that as a teaching qualification because now practical skills, now competency, then they train them picking and for. So this is something that we don't say we go talk with the union and we might find a common way on that, but we take STEM very seriously. Then somebody also talk about this school opening. He say, you know, let's talk about the school opening because this is important. When you then negotiate with union, then it come with the executive or a negotiation team. But that team, the members now then give a mandate. So even when you una agree now behind closed doors, in order to agree so, you have to go back. Then have to go back and go seek the approval of the members. So really what me want, I want, because we don't pay all NTR so they pay, then self don't begin acknowledge this money don't begin come. I want to make school open this week. But I not get that 100% city. As I say, I still they in touch with the unions. We'll come here, we try to get them either today or tomorrow. They'll all meet and try for come to a conclusion and get a joint press conference at release. But we get to go back to them. We still talk to each other, which is good. But what me really want for make, now for make we do it this week. But at the very last, because I feel to say by 1 week, all things for not clear, and I say I'm cautiously confident, so we'll do it for next week. Then one last thing, I beg you, because that person, somebody here that talk about the issues that were against 2024. Let me just say something. The reason why it be difficult for this negotiation is because normally when union they say then they go on strike, then for give the employer 21 days notice. That 21 days notice give you the flexibility for able to solve the problem. But not to this happen this term. The union be don't give you 21 days notice to 2024. Then at the end, and we don't negotiate, we don't begin get some good points there. They say we suspend them. They not say we end them all, they say we suspend them. So when they come back this term, they don't need for give you 21 days notice. So at that point, we are in the back foot. So when they make within this situation, it's just union, then they use their technique, and on this occasion, they get you. You see? But, you know, this is how union operates, and I'll get nothing against them for that, and they become Mr. within a union, and I saw Mr. before don't do, if I within their side.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Conrad Saki. Me own question will be about waiting His Excellency the President doing at the UK. The brother we asked the question, no say we get a prolific First Lady, the President of the Organization of First Ladies of Africa for Development. But he also no say not to the First Lady
they release official statements on behalf of the presidency. You know, see the first lady, they post, she shares, she's prolific, she's dynamic, she's terrific. We love her, we respect her, but that the office of the president also gets official communication channel, and the first lady will be the first person to tell you that. In terms of the president in business within the UK, the president gets various engagements them, private and public, because the presidents know they stop because they are. But he entitled for that skip day, he did it, and the business of the states, they continue. That I can assure you, and the president fully day in charge. As we come to the close, I want to announce to you say next week, Monday and Tuesday, we get Civic Day in Bombali District, McKinney Town, precisely. So we're not there next week, Tuesday. We get a big delegation of government ministers, top officials. We go there in McKinney Town for engage the people of McKinney on waiting the minister don't say scorecard. We go do summary for focus on McKinney over a 2-day period. So next week, Monday and Tuesday. I also want to announce to you say December 11 to 13, Civic Festival, the annual Civic Festival that take place here. And I'm glad if I announce and today with the Minister of Development because we did one together. Was now an opportunity for us to do an exhibition of the scorecard. And we work together. This time we get enough time for engage with development partners, for mobilizing resources. We get a terrific development secretary, so that we go show really what in the government of Salon do over the past year. We start the planning now. Now make an announcement and the dates. Follow on know. Some of you will join in McKinney. I think we get a system. We don't work transparently with some people that they join with. As we close, I join my brother for congratulate with darlings Leon Stars. We know say why we there the game Leon will be the check. We say we wham Ethiopia, we give them just 2 no more. Because they give us some medicine, 2 no more. For let them steady. Let them know say Salon will not to play country. We congratulate Mohamed Kalon and the boys, and we hope say they will continue for make we all smiles. Now until we meet again next week, I apologize one more time for the time we will take, but I want to really thank you to panelists them for terrific engagements, and assalamu alaikum to all.